Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here playing some more Pathfinder Adventures. In this video, we're going to continue on with our approach to Thistletop. Not to be confused with Thistletop, the latest hit boy band. Anyway, this is a pretty tough scenario. Normally, goblins are harder by 1d4, but on Legendary, they're harder by 2d4. And there's a location that makes goblins even more hard, so it's that plus this makes for some hard goblins at times. Also, this is a pretty notoriously buggy scenario, or at least it was back when I played on mobile. Let's see if that's been fixed on this Steam version. I'm very excited to find out. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, this is good. This is not that good. Armor ally or weapon is not a big deal. I mean, you miss out on some extra explorers, but not a big deal. That's annoying, the extra barrier. So let's go ahead and take a look at this map. I've never played 6-player Legendary, so all these map paths are new to me. This is damage, so it's good for characters to hang on to their amulets of life and their armors. Can't play animal allies. Okay, it's fine. And then we got Tangletooth, so everybody has to fight Tangletooth, but otherwise Tangletooth's not that hard. Got Bruth Zamus. What's up, bruh? And yeah, this is the guy you have to encounter twice, and it's only the second time that matters. And then we got our Goblin Raiders. So pretty generic henchmen, but the villain does deal damage, so it's important to hang on to some damage reduction. I like that the map actually thematically makes sense, where there's this bridge, that's where you have this connection. So there's two parts of the map that are connected in the middle. Makes it kind of tough. On the other hand, there's no jutting outcrops. Okay, this is a big fighty type of place. We're going to put a Miri there without thinking about it too much. Let's put Sela at the garrison then, the other place with a lot of fighting. Miri also does want to deal with the guard tower because she can run away from these bandits, but I think it's more important to put her here where she can plow through all these monsters and summon and defeat a random monster. Let's put Sione where there's a diplomacy check, which is there. This place is a tough place. You kind of also want to have a Miri here. Ezrin's got a bunch of combat spells, though, so he might be able to handle it. Where else could Ezrin go? I guess Ezrin could do what Sione's been doing and go to the waterfront. Yeah, let's do that. He's also not bad at the Treacherous Cave, because he's got wisdom. Right, I'll put Harsk at the woods, where he loves to be. Kira, I don't think really wants to be here. So I guess I'm putting her there. Yeah, a little bit lopsided. We have all the stuff over here. I would have liked to do it 3 and 3. But this should be okay, I think. Well, the problem is that these two things are not touching the wood, so if Ezrin and Kira finish early, they're going to have to take a trip through the Nettle Maze, which isn't super awesome. I could put Ezrin here. These Goblin Raider henchmen, though, are pretty tough. He's not as good at killing them as someone like a Miri would be. It's a tough one. Alright, we'll try it God, no, I'm going to just have him take care of the waterfront, and this goblin fortress, we'll deal with it as it comes. Alright, we'll keep the order the way it is. I've liked having my arcane people up front, so they can do the striding earlier in the turn order. And yeah, this is going to be tough. Let's just see what happens. So, she scouts, gets rid of the Elven Chain shirt, which will now hold a special place in my heart, ever since that one time when it made Harsk move over to try to pick it up, and then he scouted the villain. Short bow, not relevant here. I'm not losing any blessings if I don't pick it up. In fact, if I do pick it up, I have to bury a card. I guess normally I would actually get rid of the armor and maybe use this to help someone's combat check. But here, where the villain does damage, I'm going to try to hang on to an armor. And I will just use this blessing to go again. Tickwood Boar. Alright, we got our fancy-ass Great Club +1 here. Let's see, what am I rocking? That, let's have Harsk, and you shall recharge away one of his extra crossbows. Whew, it's close. Harsk did not make a difference on that one, but still kind of close. And I would normally get rid of the chainmail, but I won't. I'm not going to get rid of Thieves' Tools because there is a barrier in there. Oh yes, my extra scouting. Oh my god. And there's the villain. Alright, well, that's actually a nice find. The Power Feat was not actually relevant because she would have found him at the beginning of the turn. But now I can think about things a little bit differently, knowing that I've got the villain right here. Well, here's the problem, right? The problem is that... Yeah, the problem is that I still have to close 2 locations, so it's not like I can ignore places. And yeah, in fact, the places I'd most want to ignore are the guard tower, where I already don't have somebody, and then there's no other place that's open other than the place Oh, no, wait, this place. Yeah, I guess I want to ignore this place too, because this place is annoying. So yeah, these are the two places I want to ignore, and they're already empty. So I need to close some other places. What I'm going to do here is place Stride and move Sela so that she gets an extra scouting opportunity over at the prison, and then I guess she can either go to the Goblin Fortress. Yeah, she should do something. Maybe it would have been better to put her in the guard tower, though, because even though the guard tower has those annoying bandit henchmen, maybe that's better than fighting at the Goblin Fortress. Well, in any case, that was that. Oh my god, it was the fucking thing. I keep forgetting about that bug with Stride. I did Stride before exploring, and now it's not letting me explore. That's annoying as hell. Well, we'll use our spyglass. Ugh! Okay, that's annoying. So, yeah, don't want to do this at all. Which means the waterfront, we're just going to put the kibosh on that waterfront. I am just not going to worry about it. I will, however, pick up this Orb of Fire, which is a perfectly fine card. Should I do it now? Sure, let's do it now. Let's detect magic. It is a magic card, so I can pick it up. And if I understand the rules correctly, this will not give me an extra explore because you cannot stack extra explorations. Although it doesn't matter because that is optional, so I could have declined it anyways. Let's guaranteed recharge my detect magic and try to get this orb. The question is, do I play a blessing on it? No, let's use this fox. I think this is a good time for the fox. Give me that extra juice, and it made the difference. Very good. Yeah, no extra explore because extra explorers don't stack. I think we're good. All right, I'm not going to explore the waterfront anymore because I'm just going to go back and have somebody temp close it. I guess we'll stay where she is. This is fine. Snake. Well, I guess I can go for this this, because I think her dexterity is a D10 now, right? Yeah, so it's a little bit better. Oh, and I can use the troubadour to get it. Oh wait, this thing doesn't even this thing doesn't even discard for a frickin' extra explore, so whatever. Okay, I guess I'll discard the incanter to explore again. Save the troubadour for closing the location. Nice. Get some spells. Maybe I'll get some augury. Come on, fucking augury. I know you're in there. Come to Mama. Mama wants a new set of spying magics. Mending. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, finally got augury. I guess we'll just cast it now. Oh, the inaugural augury. Oh, feels good, man. Feels good. These are both extremely annoying monsters. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to think about this situation. Aid's a good spell. I might actually hang on to it. Between Kira and Sela, one of them could probably hang on to an Aid. But it's divine, so if Sione casts it, it will get banished. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Wait, do I want to explore again? Yeah, I'll explore again. Well, I'll hang on to these because I can use them as fireballs. Ambush? Boy. Well, there's a 50-50 chance of finding the henchman, so we're going to roll the bones. And fail. I'm a terrible person. No, this is stupid. I messed up. I should not have done that. I should not have done that, because if I had not found the henchman, which I only had a 50-50 chance of finding, and if I found the other monster, then afterwards everything would have been shuffled, so I would have lost the benefit of augury. That was a coin flip that was not worth taking, and I am glad that I did find the henchman, because I basically did not have to pay for my insolence here. That was clearly a mistake. Okay, I'm going to save the force missile, because this thing... Oh, no, what am I talking about? No. I was going to save the force missile, because these guys are easy, but then I remembered that I'm a -1 for every die that I'm throwing, so that's... yeah. Okay. I don't need to hold on to armors, because I know where the villain is, so we can recharge away the armor. Is this by any chance? Nope. Sarin Ray? Does anybody have a Sarin Ray blessing? Ooh, Orb of Fire. Yeah, let's do it. 91%. I'm actually kind of not happy about that. Let's play another blessing, I suppose. Yeah, when you're getting a -1 penalty for every die roll, it's a little bit tougher than usual. Let's close this place up. This is not quite good enough. I mean, I'm not going to take an 80% chance to close the location. The problem is I have to spend a blessing or I have to banish this aid. So now's the deciding time. Am I ever going to use aid? Well, Sela would definitely rather have cure than aid. Kira has 2 cures and an inflict. Oh, she does not want the inflict. I don't want to get rid of this aid. Okay, we're going to have Harsk pop a blessing. And just finish it up this way. Yeah, it's annoying. I'm down blessings. I'm definitely a little low on the blessing count here. Oh yeah, I can get an ally back. Nice. Lovely. Improved mending. Wait. Oh, this is cool. It's actually okay. It's like a healing card. The regular mending sucks because it's a trade, but this isn't a trade. This is just, they straight up get to do it. Okay. When can I do this? Discard this card. Oh, it's at your location. Oh, it has to be at your location. Boo! Hiss! Okay, so that's why I can't use it. Okay, where's she gonna go? I guess she doesn't really want to be here, but she doesn't want to be there either. She's not that good at fighting recurring henchmen every turn. Okay, I guess, yeah, she'll just go to the Goblin Fortress then. Wait, that means I want Sela to go to the guard tower. So I'm gonna move Sela over one, which is a good thing to do anyway, so Sela gets to do an extra scouting now that the location she was at is closed. And this way I can have Sela also go to the guard tower. Alright, Spyglass is a good pickup. Amiris in the Nettle Maze. Caltrops. Not worth it. Do I want to explore again? I think so. Bugbear. And it's a goblin. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Up by 5, so an expected result. Let's encounter this thing. Spike chain. I don't need this other weapon. 90%. Ooh, running out of cards on Harsk. Well, we'll do the Troubadour, I guess. And leave Kira to fend for herself. Okay, I think Amiri's fine where she is. Got a Spyglass, which is nice. Kira's up. Battered wooden shield. That's just great. Alrighty. So she gets the shield. Gotta bury it because it's an armor. I guess I'll bury the shield itself. Let's go ahead and use our golem there. We'll lose the scimitar. That's fine. Alright, let's take a quick look at the situation. I have closed... Really? Only one location is closed? I've only closed one location. Not very lucky this time with the henchman being on top or not. So I am going to spend a blessing to explore again because I really do need to get a move on. This is a pretty decent card, but it's not that good. I'll spend a strength on it. That's fine. 75%. We'll just take the 75% and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. All right, cool. So I got it, which is nice. It's a nice improvement over the regular mace, which I now have to bury. So that scenario power is actually coming into play here. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting to do this. Augmented Spellbook. And it doesn't matter. Okay, it's fine. So in the last scenario, every single location had a henchman on top. In this one, it seems like none of them do. This is a really good find, because my Deathbane light crossbow continuing to do some work. So we'll just, that's good. I wanted Horst to have a nice, simple turn. Now he can scout, and he's not going in blind anymore. Ooh, that looks nifty. Examine the top card. This is not good enough to keep, but it is going to be situationally handy in this particular scenario if I pick it up. Alright, she gets an extra exploration, and it's a slashing blade. Oh, that's fine. That's what Thieves' Tools are for. Isn't it nice that alternate character Sela gets to carry an item so she has Thieves' Tools, huh? Oh, look at that alt value stuff. I will discard a blessing to go again. And she got a guide. It's definitely worth flipping a card for this to improve my odds of picking it up, because if I do pick it up, I can't explore again because it's to bury a card. Well, I'll bury my armor now that I know where the villain is, and I will explore again with the guide. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. So I lose my weapon. That means I'm going to have to bare fist this fucker. And Sela's actually getting a little bit beat up. I don't want to flip a card anymore because I don't particularly relish the potential to lose my cure. But what are you going to do? I don't want to lose the aid. I don't want to lose a cure. She's nowhere near Kira. Well, is she near Kira for healing? I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to take this 81% roll. No, it's a D8 and a D4 to hit a 5. That's asking for trouble. I'm going to flip a card. Okay. Whew. It's a free flip. Good. Now I go from 81 to 97. I would have made it anyway, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so henchmen are not on top. But I do get an extra scout here, which can hopefully speed things up. Perfection. Get rid of that long sword that nobody wants. Got my cure. Ooh, is the next card. Okay. What the hell's here? Oh, skeleton horde. Oh, God. Okay. Don't want to do the skeleton horde. That is a certainty. I do have 2 combat spells, so I can close the nettle maze. I'm actually going to go to the nettle maze, and we'll have somebody go back to the waterfront to temp close it when the time comes. I'm really just trying to close one more location. And then I can pass around, like, you know, having everybody gather up blessings and stuff. Land, Jesus. Warlord, that is a tough enemy. Having, as it does, a -1 for every roll, or for every die rolled. It would suck to fail this, but I need to roll, what, an 8 on these cards? Alright, I'm not going to get stingy. I think we're fine to spend some extra resources. And... oh, I already know that, because from outside of my turn. Right, okay. Okay, so the main problem now is that if I do encounter the henchman, then I am in trouble, because I only have 1 combat spell, and then I have to defeat a random monster. So I'm not going to discard the sage to explore. Okay, now I can do it. Alright, you are gonna go here. And so she's actually gonna be the one taking out this goblin fortress. And then Sila's gonna move over to the guard tower. I can use the improved mending. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of actually interesting. I actually kind of want to keep this. It's almost like another cure, but then again, it's worse than cure. And cure only also works at the location, so yes. Get back your great club. No, wait, you have a spiked thing. Get back your thieves tool. What happened? What did she? Oh, she got the thieves tools. Because there's one more barrier in that location, and there's one barrier in the guard tower as well. All right, I'm gonna explore first, then spyglass, because I've already found the villain. Well, maybe spyglass would have been better there, because now I have to fight this Tangletooth sort of unnecessarily. Although the check is so low. Oh my god, I rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2. I was pretty close. Okay, she needs to kill a goblin henchman when this is all done. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my aid as her fire frost thing, which is guaranteed. And now to close this, she'll use the force missile. Ooh, that's a big bump. It's a big one. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Did I see somebody with the blessing of Iomade? It got spent, didn't it? Okay, well, in any case, I guess, Harsk, you're shooting out your Constitution blessing. And we need to help out, because that's a little tough. 93. Yeah, nope, I got cures here. I really want to make sure this thing gets closed. Obviously, now I can look back in retrospect and be like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, but that thing needed to close. And I was, I think, comfortably enough ahead in the scenario that I could afford to, you know, play it safe. All right, we get some new weapons here. Dog Slicer is garbage, and I have to bury it anyway, which is fine. Alright, I'm not going to explore into more weapons. She's not the best at picking up weapons in the first place. Okay. Should I spyglass it up here? Now let's just go in. Glide! This is a nice pickup. I'm not going to bury a... Well, actually, I am going to bury this armor. I don't need the armor because I know where the villain is. I definitely want this thing. It's like a spear, but better. Well, it's not quite like a spear, but better, because the problem with this is that you need weapon proficiency with the glaives, whereas you don't with the spear. But it's going to be a nice replacement for some of the long swords and or maces that are still floating around my party. Let's get rid of the spyglass, get it out of my hand. There's a zombie and a gecko. Yeah, I guess we're just going to have to go through those, because there's no way that augury is going to happen over here. Alright, so now Kira's hanging out at the cave. Well, she might as well just keep exploring the cave, I guess. Shopkeeper's daughter, nice find. We're gonna go ahead and use the this is definitely the best interaction in the whole game. The shopkeeper's daughter tries to seduce you, so you throw thieves' tools at her face and she leaves. Alright, this is nice. So now we are gonna have actually a little bit of leeway, assuming I can actually kill this thing and stuff. I am not going to use this Animal Bane Dagger because it's garbage on a platter. We're going to go ahead and do the Mace. Harsk will shoot a Blessing. It's Gorham, which is good, because that gives me 2 dice. And yeah, we're good now. Now, this is not a trivial check. It's a 7. I'm going to need some blessings. In fact, I really need 2 blessings. Okay, so we're using blessings pretty, you know, aggressively here. But I think it's worth it. I think I'll have enough time. I mean, I've only spent a third of the time. So I think I'm going to have enough time to heal people up if they need healing, and then just plan things out to snare the net against the villain. Do I hang on to Inflict? I don't think so. I don't think I'm even going to hang on to this Dog Slicer, honestly. Let's just get rid of this stuff. I want my blessings. Okay, Harsk is up. We got a Wayfinder there, which he's a decent chance of picking up. I don't care that much if he doesn't, I guess. Like I said, it's not really good enough to keep. Now, do I recharge? Let's look at the top card. Well, that doesn't make any sense because I'm going to see the top card anyway. I guess I might as well hang on to this and use it to temp close the woods. If I don't close it first. Goblin Snake! I love it. Not an animal, not a goblin. It's just Goblin Snake. Okay, let's take a quick look at the map. Oh, I can actually look at what's here while it goes away. Longbow +1. It actually would be good for Harsk to get that, but So, secure herself. Alright, for minimum value. Very excellent. Just how I like it. Free flip to try to recharge the cure. Good, good, good. And I'm gonna leave. Go to the guard. Well, let's. I gotta think about this. So, we have 1, 2, 3 closed locations. Ezrin is good at closing the waterfront. Amiri is good at closing the maze. Harsk is good at closing the woods. So these are all fine. The problem is this guard tower. That's the problem. Strength 5 is not so good for Sione, who has a D4 strength. Does Ezrin have the strength spell? He does not. I could try to get it back. Then that plus a blessing would guarantee close it for Sione. Well, Kira is good at closing this. But Kira is far away. She's not going to get there in time, right? Because, yeah, she's not going to get there unless she gets Stroden. Stroden. Well, I could have Amiri, who goes before Kira, move to the woods at the end of her turn. And then Kira can actually get up to the guard tower. Then Sione can come with Sela to have them each take 1 combat check off of the villain. Okay, let's try that plan. The main problem is that if I fuck it up, that it's potentially going to backfire very badly. So is it Sela's turn? No, whose turn is it? Why is it highlighted here? It's not Ezrin's turn, is it? Wait, what just happened? Okay, it is Sela's turn. I don't know why I was highlighting that part of the map, but whatever. Okay, so she's preparing for a fight against the villain, which means she no longer needs the Thieves' Tools. Obviously the weapon and the blessing are still good. The guide is worthless. Ezrin does not need to do any fighting here. He's just going to go hang out on the waterfront. What does he need? Well, strength would be good to have. And that's all. Do I discard everything just to get strength back? Seems a little bit bizarre. But I think it works. Let me think about this. If I do have an empty deck and I fight the Bandit Henchman, I recharge a card, yeah, I guess it's fine. If I do it on closing and otherwise do nothing with it. So I think this is actually safe. I'm going to discard 6 cards here. I'm obviously not going to need the Sage, Thieves' Tools, or the Invisibility. And then I just need to keep only 1 card. There's an Acid Arrow in here, so I don't need these combat spells. The Incanter will help me against the Bandit Henchman. Okay, this might definitely be weird, but if I'm not exploring any locations and I'm just preparing to fight the villain, then it's okay, and everything works out. Oh, the only thing I have to consider is the villain doing damage. Okay, so it needs to be Sione who encounters the villain, which is good. So Sela moves into the villain, and Sione moves in behind her, encounters him. Amulet of Life to block the fire damage. Yeah, so we're good. We're good. Okay, so whose turn is it? It's Sione's turn. Right. What does she want to do? She wants blessings. She does not need a spyglass. She does not need 2 combat spells. So this will be good. She got some help. That's fine. Alright. Now, Miri doesn't need to do this. She's going to be temp closing this location. But she's going to help Kira get over to the guard tower, which means she does this. She does this. She does that. Okay. Did I forget what... I clearly forgot what power feat I did with the Miri. What the hell? I thought I got move another. And or move another character to the location where you... Okay, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm actually really concerned that that didn't work, because I've been talking about like how that works. Did it not work because that has to abide by the movement rules? Oh my god. Well, if that's true, that makes Amiri a lot... I mean, she's still good, but she's less good than I thought. I guess what I should have done was stay here and have Kira move over this way. Okay, well, we need to change of plans then. I guess what's going to have to happen is Kira is going to be the one closing the Nettle Maze. And Amiri is going to close the guard tower. It's not exactly optimal, but it'll do, pig. It'll do. All right. I guess what I'm going to do here is do this for the healing. Get my maximum heal on. Then we're going to discard the tools and one of my weapons that I don't actually need. Get into the queue. Oh, that was actually a really bad draw. Kind of sucks. Okay, Harris does not need to fight. He's ready to close this place with a Wayfinder, so what he needs are blessings and crossbows. Definitely not this fucking bird cruncher crown. God, I can't wait to get rid of that. That was the biggest jip of all time. Alright, so Sela is going to go back to where she found the villain. And she is going to check to make sure only the person encountering him, yeah, only the person who encounters him takes the damage. So she's fine as long as Sione does the encountering. We're going to get rid of the guide because it doesn't do anything. Paladin doesn't really do anything either. Ezrin is fine here. He needs to hang tight, buddy, because he's dead otherwise. And then Sione moves in, and are we ready to fight? No, because Amiri is not at the guard tower. Okay, do you have Stride by any chance? Man, it's amazing how often I want Stride. It's crazy. Okay, well, I guess that does mean that she can prep her deck a little more. Does she have any blessings here? No, not really, actually. So, this is good to say for the combat. Yeah, nothing matters, I guess, so she'll just pass. Amiri will now move over to the guard tower, so this sort of worked out, I guess. And do you have any more blessings? She's got a blessing in there, so sure, I will discard the Troubadour. Actually, hang on, this is a moment where I gotta do some stuff for science. No, wait. I'm gonna click this button. I'm gonna move to where I am. Okay. So, she can only pull people to the location if they follow the movement rules. That is quite interesting. I did not know that. I suppose it was wrong of me to assume that it would work in the most... in the kind of a ridiculous way, but it does mean that I gave some bad advice when I did my character creation video, because I said that that ability was so good because it let her pull people from anywhere across the map. So now I found out in a relatively harmless fashion that that's not the case, and I apologize then for having that erroneous information earlier. All right, so Hearts doesn't need to do anything. Well, there are more blessings in his deck, but his hand is actually pretty good as it is. So he's passing. Sela does not want to encounter the villain because she doesn't want to be the one taking the damage. So she passes. Ezrin passes, and now it's time for Seoni to actually do this, and then I lose if I fail to defeat this guy, or fail to close any location. Okay. So, we've got a little bit of talky talk. And it's closing time. Well, what do we do first? I guess we're going to do a Miri first. So, she needs to close this place. Best way to do it is to bury an armor. And now, we'll live on the edge here. I do have a 1 in 120 chance of failing to close this. Would be a funny way to lose the scenario. I think the comedy would be worth it. Next up is Hearth. This should be a pretty straightforward one if I'm not mistaken, because I can use this Wayfinder to have 100% success, thanks to my bonus survival from the character alt. Woo! Okay, so that was cool, and then I guess we'll do Kira next. So there's a total of 2 blessings that will be needed, because the check against Gogmert is 2 checks. She got a random monster, which is not a particularly difficult one. Let's go ahead and just, I guess, discard my Flaming Mace. Yeah, there's 100%. That's all we really need. And then Ezrin will fight a bandit henchman. Gonna recharge anything. And let's pop my acid arrow and the incanter. And Harsk can actually use up all this stuff. She can use all that stuff. She cannot use up all this stuff because she's only gonna get to play 2 blessings out of those 3. So we're gonna go ahead and throw another d12 on there just to be super safe. I'll recharge it so he can officially stay alive. Even though it's not going to matter, obviously, because it'll be over before his turn comes up. And we don't need to do that. So now we're here. Okay, we're done closing. So the question is, who takes the first check? Ooh, no damage. That was nice. Didn't even need the amulet. I guess we'll let Sela do the first check. I think she's going to have a slightly lower roll than Seoni. Okay, Harsk can't... Oh, wow, you actually... I can't use the fox. Alright, I guess he'll shoot the fox then. Alright, and then that should do it. That would have been a very difficult roll to fail. And then this... I don't think this stacks. I think there used to be a bug where this actually stacked with the previous rolls. I don't think it does anymore. Okay, so here we go. We got our acid arrow. We got our Poog. Oh, I can't use Poog and the incanter. Oh, I forgot I should have used Poog on Sela. Not that it matters that much. I guess we'll recharge a blessing. Play a blessing. Play a crossbow. What the hell is... How does this work? Oh, any check that invokes the goblin trait. Nifty! Bam! Alright, we'll do that blessing, we'll do this blessing. Somehow I ended up with extra blessings. Also, I didn't do strength on Sela for some reason. Whoops. Well, anyway, 100% success, 59, and that'll do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Now, if you want to stick around and watch me dither with the victory screens and deck creations, then we'll go ahead and do that right now. Let's get some gold here. So I think the reward is a random weapon for everybody. Okay, that's... I hate these things. Might mathematically be better, but I just hate that it's only a 1d6. This thing is junk. This thing is junk. This thing is... okay, that's usable. This thing is definitely junk. And we got another piece of junk. Okay, cool. So that's a lot of good junk there. Junkosaurus Rex had a field day. But the Bastard Sword and the Dog Slicer might maybe get used. Okay, let's get rid of the short bow, clearly. And let's think. This is a d8, this is a d6 plus 1, and 1s count as 3s. But then you have to discard it. You know what? I just hate this. I'm just going to unprinciple, hate it. I can't even never necessarily defend it by logic. I just know that I hate that card. So I'm just going to not play with it, because why play with cards you don't like? Okay, we got an Orb of Fire, which is pretty good. So any Arcane or Divine character can use this. I'll put it here for now, and I'm going to try to remember to give it to somebody. So yeah, she's got a pretty good set of items I don't necessarily want to mess with. Augury, finally. This is tough, though. Who takes the Augury? I guess Ezrin. Ezrin's got a lot of spells. I'm gonna... This invisibility hasn't been doing anything. This detect magic hasn't been doing anything else. Get rid of detect magic and replace it with Augury, which is basically just better. Junk, junk. And okay, so we can definitely get rid of the mace at this point. That's just clearly not good enough. And Great Axe plus 1, D6 plus 1 is not as good as a D10. So I'm going to get rid of it. There is, of course, the problem that if I fight a Spectre or a Ghost with a Miri, the Ghost will not die, and a Miri has no magic weapons that could even possibly kill the Ghost. So it's nice to have a magic weapon, I suppose, but I'm going to get rid of it. And Kira... let's see. Fucking Animal Bane. I'm so happy I get to banish that shit. Alright. Well, the mace, I don't think, is worth keeping over a Battle Axe plus 1. So I'll take the Battle Axe plus 1. And then Harsk. Longbow is the Strength, which is a D6, so definitely not worth keeping. Nothing else worth using. Items. This Wayfinder's not good enough. I'm going to get rid of this Bird Cruncher crown, because it's bad. I'm so sick of this card. We're most of the way done with the Goblin scenario. He's still never managed to pull this thing off, so the promise has just not been lived up to. Giving him a Spyglass isn't as good as giving it to other people because he has Scouting at the end of his turn. I guess he can Spyglass a new location that he arrives at. He can't really use the Orb of Fire because it's banished after being used. She only has a single item. Yeah, it's a tough situation here. I guess the Codex doesn't quite hold up, so I'm going to give Ezrin the Orb of Fire. Oh, and you need to keep something. Okay, I guess you're keeping a Wayfinder. I don't know. I don't like having 2 Thieves' Tools. Let's go ahead and scroll through. Oh, yeah, Aid. Right. Yes, I wanted to get rid of the Inflict and replace it with Aid. Very good. This is why you always look at your view all screen, kids. Aldern's for later. Inflict is junk. Invisibility, Strength. I've already got one. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I do have a Strength, right? Yeah. Okay, we're good. That's just the Strength I'm hanging on to in my stash for some reason. Okay. Do. I could use the Codex, maybe. Fine, I'll keep 5 things in my stash. I can always delete them if I need to. Maybe I will want that Codex back at some point. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon. Take care.